to PM artist to Mariah's channel so that, you know, we could, well, it's just the thing to do.
Oh, yeah. It's a very good one.
And she's got some good videos. Patricia and Mariah is who that is, PM.
Yeah, I know. I'm a member of their group.
Yep. And,
so I
made sure I was subscribed to their channel, and if they show up, you know, happy to answer questions, they said, or she said.
The reason she was talking about whether I was going to use stencils is because she just sent me 2 stencils that I bought off her. So, but I haven't had time to look at them yet, you see. So, and the live is on.
Let me.
We are live.
Let me put your video out there. Let me put your link out there in the group. And I'm going to go post it in Fibbsville, too.
Oh, okay.
And invite people from over there to come join us.
Yeah, there might be somebody else joining called Tanya.
Okay.
She just messaged me to say, well, what have you been doing? You've managed to get back into Tim Holt's group? And I said, no. Not heard of Dicky Birds. So I said I was doing some demos for a little goddess and all. She said, oh, can I join? Now I'm just adding some little bits of colour on the top here because I love copper. Not for any other reason.
Now, let's see, I lost you. There we go. I need to put you in a particular place on my screen. Okay, so the links have been, I have too many tabs open. My husband always says that.
Oh, me too. I do that.
Yeah, always. Okay.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have started without you. I don't know about gentlemen. Ladies, anyway.
All right. So we go. Links are posted. Both. The room is open if they want to go that route.
Let me try that finger. Might be easier. See, I don't want to put it everywhere. Oops. I just want to put it some places. Funny thing is, I mean, if you look at this one that I did yesterday, I like the back better than I like the front. That owl on the back. Oh well. So, have you got something to protect your surface?
Bring that back. Bring that back.
Okay.
Bring that. Do your thing and then bring that back.
There you go.
And turn it over as if the owl were on the front. And I'm telling you, I can see the owl either way.
Well, we'll see. The thing is, with it that way round, there's more room on the front to put decoration there. That is the point.
Well, there you go.
Now, I'm putting lots of bits of copper on here. Just
copper wax paste?
Yeah, it's Treasure Gold copper. So it's really Treasure Copper, but they call it, the brand is Treasure Gold.
Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
Welcome.
Thank you. This is the one that I was looking for yesterday and couldn't find, and ended up doing this one instead. All right, so I did that one. Coloured it because both were dry, but this is the one I was thinking about because it's the one with crackle on. So I thought I'd just show you how it came out, because after the live I found out where it was and I put some black acrylic on it and then wiped most of it off, and it was really rather good, isn't it? Isn't it pretty nice?
It is. Hi, Vanessa.
I mean,
so
there's
nice
some
to
lovely
see you
impressions.
in here.
Hi, Vanessa. There's some really nice impressions there, but there's another one we have to do to finish off from yesterday, which is one of these two, which are now both dry. And one has that nice impressions from the nutmeg grater. I'm dying to find out what that does. So.
I look forward to it.
But when I've done this, I'm going to we're going to do some spraying and stamping, which is the next next stage to put on the inside. Okay, so we have to prepare the papers for that. The great thing is that when you've got the papers, you don't have to just use them for covering the front cover or the back cover inside. You can also use them as papers in the actual signatures if you wanted to.
Vanessa, is there an issue with the sound? Do you hear something we don't hear? Because I hear Fran clearly.
Space alien? I'm sure I can do.
Or is it me that sounds like a space alien?
Oops, my lead has fallen out. I must put my lead back in, or something will unplug and run out of battery. It went down to 48% yesterday. Sorry, it's jiggling a bit. Just got to plug it in. There we are.
Well, maybe you need to reboot. Fran sounds just fine to me, and I think I must sound fine to her.
Yeah, sound perfectly okay to me. Space alien. I rather like that.
I like it. Oh, Fran, I didn't tell you, but tomorrow I'm having a stand boom holder for my camera.
Lovely.
It'll be delivered tomorrow.
Super.
Not that I'm going to do videos, but, you know, it means that I can zoom in and out with my camera a little better.
Yeah. Always a good idea.
Can you leave the YouTube room, Vanessa, and maybe come back in and see how it goes? Not your computer, but just the YouTube browser.
I'm quite liking that. I mean, I've still got some of the black, but I've got little patches. I don't want to cover it completely with the copper. I just want those little patchy effects, and I think that's pretty good.
And does the copper give it a metallic look? Does it have a metallic?
Oh yeah.
Because I know you like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love the crackle.
It's rather good, and it highlights things like the side of the face, which is rather nice.
Yeah.
And these faces here. So I'm quite happy with that. I think that's pretty good. There we go. I think that is enough. So that'll do for now on that one.
So whoever else is watching and not talking, welcome, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope Tanya manages to find it.
Yep, I put both links out there, so...
Excuse me making funny little noises. I'm trying to find this. Wet my hands a bit. Actually, I want to do it with an alcohol wipe, naturally. But of course, naturally, I don't have that available at this moment because I only... Oh, there it is. Ha! Only just thought of it.
Teresa! Hi, my Teresa.
Hello, Teresa.
No, Vanessa. No. We need to know. I don't mind being a space alien at all.
I like it. I like a space alien.
No. No offense.
Oh, I thought it was lovely. I spent half my life creating 3D things with robots and strange spacecraft and things, so the space aliens are lovely. There we are, that's taken a bit more off with the alcohol wipe.
No, Vanessa, it was a good comment because it tells us we might have an issue with the audio, and we really really need to know that.
Things like that, yeah.
Teresa, can you tell me, does the audio sound good to you? Does it sound okay? Sherry, does it sound okay to you? And then we can narrow down where the issue is. Or just call me a space alien. I'll be a space cowboy.
I want to be the space alien.
Okay.
I have made loads of little alien creatures as well, you see. Lovely. Now then, this is the bit where one is inclined to get messy. I'm removing that so I don't nudge something accidentally, hopefully. I've got a plastic bag here, and what I do with these is I chop the end off where the bottom
Hi,
is.
Jeanette. So glad you could join us.
Hi, Jan.
I'm sorry, Franny. Go ahead.
Like that. And then open it out a little bit, enough so that I can find the inside edge of some bit of it. Right, so this is one inside edge. Alright, I'm going to cut it down the middle. So I've got a nice big sheet then.
Okay, I don't know what you're up to here, so I'm going to be as surprised as everybody else.
It's just to make yourself a sheet to cover the screen of your computer if, like me, you've got it on your desk. Because I'm going to do some spraying, and I don't want sprays on my monitor. So, just to be on the safe side.
Okay.
Just trying to find how far I've cut to. Somewhere around here, wasn't it? I'm a bit daft-handed. There we go. Mum went to bed early today. That was really surprising. I bet she doesn't tomorrow when I've got my appointment. That would be typical, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? Because I really want you to go and find out what that cough is about.
So do I. But all my relatives are saying, "You still got that cough." But it's not a lot you can do when COVID shuts everything down, can you? So
no, it's been going on too long.
Huge sheet, so I can tuck it over the screen. I can't see the screen anymore, but I can see that the screen is covered. I think I'll do it the other way around, that way around, so then I've got enough to go over here as well. There we are. Now, you can see that, can't you? And I can put that sheet there. And then the colours I've got down here are two different types.
So now, have you gessoed that paper?
Yeah, I gessoed that before, but I've got a sheet that I haven't gessoed, so I can do both.
Okay.
I've got big sheets of this watercolour paper, and I've got some more sheets of this A4. That's not gessoed, that's gessoed. You can see because it's curly. So what I've got down here is a luscious array of sprays. And I'm going to be using some of these. I've got coffee. These are the Sethapta sprays, these ones. Oh look, cassis, that's going to go nicely with that cover. Blue Moon. And this is a lovely one. There's not a lot left in there. It says new. Good Lord. That's the new one? What happened?
Will you choose just 3 colours again?
That's the idea.
Okay.
Oh, but I've got that one, turquoise. So we could use both the Sethapta ones, 2 Sethaptas. Now, you weren't so keen on the avocado, but actually I think it blends really quite well on there.
Oh, no. Once you did all that, I thought it was perfect.
Well, I was a little hesitant when I first put it down. I thought, I'm not sure if this is going to go. But as you say, as it was blending, it was going, it's not bad. Even here, it's got a nice little brown tinge where it mixes with the purple. I know you're not supposed to mix yellow and purple because you get brown, but we're junk people. You know, we like brown.
Yes, grunge. We like grunge.
So, we've got a gold mine there. I'm not sure about that. But I might use... No. I might use... No. There's coffee. Coffee's a bit harsh. It's lovely, I love it, but it's a bit strong. There's a spring green that might go. Or not sunflower.
You're going to have to figure out your OBS settings or your YouTube settings to understand why closed caption is not enabled.
Ah, because I didn't see anything like that on YouTube.
And I forgot to look it up, but I know it would be easier for Jeanette, which she has very much difficulty hearing, and closed caption would be helpful for her.
Oh, right.
So
I didn't know there was anything you could do like that. I mean, I'd not heard of it. So.
And of course, as soon as I'm on a live video, my phone rings.
Oh.
And it's probably just a scammer or telemarketer. Nobody I know.
So I'm putting this on the gessoed side.
Okay.
So that was turquoise. And I'm going to put a bit of this spring green. See how that goes. Oh yes, I think that might work quite well.
Oh, that's
Another
pretty.
thing I always try to do is mop the end, and I keep forgetting. So I've got to go back and do turquoise. You know how Tim Holtz teaches you to always mop the end, and it is a good practice to get into of your sprays. Oh, I don't want that one. I want the purple. Why do I keep picking the tea one up? Because I like tea so much. Huh. And I think I'll need a little bit more of that turquoise this side. And a little bit more of the spring green over here. Now I know that looks dark, but I quite like dark. And we've always got something like that to mop up the excess.
So these are alcohol inks?
Nope. Nope, I think they are, they're Aladdin ink spray, dye sprays.
Oh, okay. That's different.
There you go. Dye sprays.
Okay.
Okie doke.
Yes.
So.
Seth after, yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I find he does some really interesting stuff, Seth. Now, I don't want to take too much more of that up, but I'm taking up enough so that when I stamp on it, you're going to be able to see the images. Right. So that can go to dry, and I'll have a go with the bigger one, and I'll probably use some tea with that one. So big one, big one, big one. This is also being gessoed. Oh, by the way, did anybody throw away their cloths from dabbing up the colours yesterday? Because there's somebody here who did no such thing. And look what I've got. Look what I've got. Lovely pieces of beautiful coloured cloth.
I never throw them away.
Yeah. I mean, I sort of have them in my hand. I'm not going to throw those away. So, that nice spring green again. Let's make sure this is over there. Right. Spring green. And a nice little bit of the turquoise. I think the turquoise and the spring green go quite well together, don't they? And the purple goes quite well with the turquoise, I think. So by the time I finish spraying a few of these, that first one will be dry enough to use. There is me, I've forgotten to dab the ends again. I'll have to do it in a sec. There, dab that one. Put it away. Bring this one out. Dab it. Put it away. Purple. It's called cassis, actually. Violet. Violet cassis. It's rather a nice colour, I think. But then I'm a purple lover, nice so purple. I would, wouldn't I?
Nice purple.
Ah, forgot it again. There we go. Cleansy. Now then.
Now, the closer you are when you spray, the more it pulls up into a pile.
Into a what?
Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that is so pretty. The closer you are when you spray, the more it forms a pool of paint.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Of color.
So I try to waft it across to get a nice waft of it. There we go. Oh, these are rather good colours. I like it. Now, I put gesso on that one. So just to demonstrate, I'm going to do one without gesso. So that's with gesso, and this will be...
Okay. I'm imagining the paper's just going to suck it up.
Possibly. Probably. And don't forget to remind me that I've got that idea about pipes.
Yes.
Right. Purple. It soaks in more, it doesn't pool on the surface so much.
I see that, and I would have thought it would have gone the other way around. You're creating the Milky Way there.
Yeah, it does seem to be doing that, doesn't it? Certainly colourful. Ha! Right, piece of tissue. See, I don't need to soak up quite so much this way, but I will soak some up because, again, I want the print to show.
Right.
It's luscious colour, isn't it?
That's what I was just thinking. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
I like the way it lightens up the turquoise as well. I think that's enough of playing with that.
I like the way they all just blend together.
Mm-hmm.
They just over each other. Really pretty.
So that's the difference between that and the gessoed one.
Interesting.
Gesso?
Total different look, Fran.
Yeah, because it's soaked in more and it's staying on the surface more on this one. And you see the brush strokes of the gesso a bit more. But I like that, so I don't care. Right, so I think that's enough of that for a moment. I could do some more colours on the other ones, because I've got at least 2 more sheets. Let's do some of my favourite coffee and tea. This is tea. And this is coffee. Now this is quite dark, so I don't use so much of
Wow. Wow.
And a little bit of this one. I find it goes quite nicely with this. Gives it a rich colour. There we go.
Wow. I'm just, wow.
Lovely colours, aren't they? Isn't it nice?
I love that.
Because we've got quite a lot of pooling there. I sometimes leave the pools to dry, but it can be a bit on the dark side. This is going to be a bit paler. That's going to be rather good, I think. There we go. So there's another one. And I'll do another one on the small one. I've got bits everywhere now. Let's have some of this turquoise again.
It's a colourful day.
It certainly is. And why not? And where's the tea? And some tea with the turquoise. Tea and turquoise. That goes quite dark there. I'll have a bit more of that. Lovely. And the spring green.
Oh, wow.
It does go quite lush with the turquoise, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
I'm going to leave that. I think that's
Carol
fine.
is here. Say hello to Carol. She says she can't see chat again.
Oh no. Hello, Carol. I'm sorry you can't see the chat. We must try that other thing you were talking about. What was it? Google something or other?
Google Meet.
Google Meet.
Yeah. Well, that's not going to replace YouTube, though. That's for Carol.
It'd have to be as well as the YouTube. Especially now we've started doing a series on YouTube.
Now, if Carol wanted to go into the group and into your room, she could see you there.
So that should have protected everything.
And then she could talk to us instead of typing.
Yeah. Hint, hint. Now then, I'm going to have a go with some blue on here. Doing the same method as yesterday. But I want to show up these bits that I did yesterday. Is that the right one? It is, yes. I wonder if I could use some of these. That would be interesting.
What? What are you talking about? Oh, the paints?
No, some of the dye inks on here instead of the
there
paint.
she is. She's typing on YouTube. She finally made it. Well, I was hoping she'd come into the room and talk with us and be a guest with us.
Uh-huh. That would have been nice.
But that's okay.
Yeah. There's that nice leaf.
I love that sound, that crunchy, grungy sound that you get.
Yeah. Oh, she tried in the room, she couldn't get in. I wonder why there's that problem, because she's done a room before.
Well, I'm glad you're here with YouTube then, that you can see us here. The view of Fran's desk is really much better here on YouTube. Not that it's not nice in the room, but you get a more full-on view here on YouTube.
I do apologise, everybody. I'm sorry. Ah, that's better. Breathe a bit better now. Now I want these. I want to see what happens with these. I think these are going to be right nice. Oh dear, Carol. I'd be devastated if that happened to me. Not that I use the computer much, but my phone, oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Little avocado. I'm liking the avocado quite a lot. A little. So she goes mad and adds lots. Just rinse out the brush.
I posted the link for the room, but I don't know. You know, there's always problems with it, so who knows?
Yeah, there seems to be some serious problems with the Facebook room.
Oh, Carol, I'm so sorry. I'm not a fan of Best Buy, which is one of the main reasons why I learned how to work on computers. But if you're a gold member, they should be able to fix you up.
Yeah, but how can they get back what you've lost? That's the thing. That's dreadful, changing on your programs.
Yeah. The problem I have with Best Buy and places like that are that for them, they're working on the clock. They're getting paid by the hour, but they're also not interested in doing any more than they have to. So if it's easier for them to wipe your hard drive and start fresh than it is to find all your programs and put them back for you, they'll do the easy part. And I haven't been to every Best Buy that's on the planet, so, you know, I'm just saying my experience. I've walked into Best Buy, and I apparently know more than some of the kids that they hire there, so. I hope so, Carol. I hope it goes very well for you.
So do I, yeah. Excuse me, I'm sucking my paintbrush at the moment.
So you have texture on this one. This one isn't gesso. This is actual
what we did
spackle.
yesterday. This is what we did yesterday with it, yeah. Because there's the holes where I used that.
And there's the grater, yeah, for the
Exactly.
grater, yep.
Exactly.
I like that.
I do. I didn't think it would come up that well, so I'm really pleased with that.
And now I'm going to look for something like that at the
Exactly, yeah. As long as it's something on a flat surface with texture on, you should be able to make an impression. Did I use amethyst or that other one? I used eggplant, didn't I?
You used eggplant, yes, because I kept forgetting what color. I kept saying squash.
Mm-hmm. That's zucchini.
Yes.
Or as we call it, courgettes and marrows, which I've got planted in the garden right now.
I didn't put mine in yet because last night we actually had a very heavy frost, so we had to cover what we already had planted. So, but my husband says now it's good to go and I can plant my zucchinis.
Uh-huh. I've got 5. I've got 2 ambassador, 2, I can't remember what the other one was, but the 3rd one is a yellow one. The 5th one.
Holy cow, that's a lot of zucchini.
I like them small.
Oh, okay. I do too. I like to cut them up and put them in salads or in my soups. I eat a lot of soup.
Yeah.
And if they get too big, then I end up making bread.
Uh-huh. That's one thing I no longer can do. Used to do courgette bread, not anymore.
Carol says, I am doing the one I started with you yesterday, the girl with the comb-made hair. Oh, very good, Carol. I saw that.
Well, it was a bit browniness, so putting these 2 together.
Carol, does my voice sound like space alien or something to you? I want to be a space alien, but maybe it sounds like it's underwater or something. Good gosh, is that pretty? I'm looking at it on the other screen too, and that's just beautiful.
Aquamarine. I'm going to try a bit of the aquamarine. In there. A little bit in there. Come on. Can you still see this? I'm not doing it off.
I can still see it. I can see it. Yes, a bit tinny. Tiny, tinny. I know what you mean. Okay, I'll talk a little deeper and maybe that will help. I always make you laugh, Fran.
Yeah. I still want to be a space alien.
Is that Puppy down below you? Did I hear Puppy in the room?
No, he's not here.
Oh no, it's the brush on the texture. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I probably sound odd because I'm speaking through Fran's phone.
Yeah.
So, as it comes through all the signals, the radio waves, I sound a little tinny. Unless I speak deeply. Then I sound deep tinny.
Oh, I'm glad you're here, Violet. I guess you must be the entertainment director.
I try. Life's too short not to laugh.
Yeah. I did do an alien voice once. I ran it through some sort of sound program I had at the time, and it came out like this. It's quite successful. There we are. That's not too bad at all.
Let's have a talk funny day. Let's have it. It's National Health Awareness Day or whatever Carol posted. By the way, Carol, thank you for that. Was that you that posted that? Because I appreciate printed it out and put it in my journal already, my personal journal. So it's National Mental Health Day, and I'm working real hard on that.
Lovely.
I'm okay.
Right, now I'm going to show you what I was talking about. I don't know whether it's going to be dry enough yet, about my idea for pipes if you don't happen to have the flip, the mould.
Thank you, Carol.
That can sit and dry. So
I had some coffee dyed, yes, week, not day, but week. I had some coffee dyed paper, and I actually put it in the printer and printed out the file that you posted. I printed that out and put it in my journal. I appreciate it.
So here we are. Let me put that up there together.
Okay.
This is my idea. Now, I did not do this with a mould. I just rolled a snake and out it came, right?
Right, okay, we've talked about this.
But my idea is this. Get one of these. Right, I'm just going to take my address off the front, which is not something I want to put on the internet, is it? Not unless you happen to be buying something on eBay. So, I was thinking, you know how when you get to the edges on the ones in the moulds, there's a ridge, right? And when you see real pipes, they have these sort of collars. Well,
yes.
What I thought was, cut a bit of the card, and you're going to be painting this with acrylic, so why not just have a piece of card off the edge of your envelope like that, snip the ends nice and flat.
And is this polymer clay or the air dry?
Air dry, that's air dry clay. So all I did was roll little snakes, that's all I've done. So then, if you get a piece of that, I'm not sure how much I'm going to need. Cut that much, and I'll probably need half that. Right.
Don't cut your fingers.
Oop. I was thinking that you could curl it round your paintbrush end. Smaller. And if one goes on there,
okay,
and if you bend it a bit, it's going to fit better.
Yeah, you don't need a full circle, do you? You just need a C, like a letter C.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
And if it's all painted and those are glued on, there you go.
You'll never know.
No.
Oh, I like that idea. I can do that.
Yeah, and in fact, you could even do it a little bit less than that. It's a little bit wide.
Right.
So
well, personal choice, but I can do that.
Yeah, it's easier to do it a bit wider. With our fumble fingers on mine anyway, it might be easier to do the wider ones. But just in case, let's have a try with a slightly less.
So you get the look of pipes like you have on the other journal cover. I can do that.
See, sure. Anybody can do that, even people that don't have the moulds. And why not? And I'm sure I could model a nice little tap as well. I mean, once you've got a picture, you can look on the internet and look for steampunk pipes. And eventually you'll find one that shows you little taps. And there you are, you've got something to model from. It's so much easier when you can see it in front of you.
Yes.
There you go. And I will cut that one.
A painting perfect. Carol says, I usually blog using a painting perfect. I'm not sure what painting perfect means.
No, I don't know.
I read your blog, so I know what that means.
So this is not quite dry yet. I can still push it a bit. So when it is dry, because I only did this afternoon. I should have done it last
I was going
night.
to say you had to just do it because we only just talked about it.
Yeah. Well, I was tired last night, or I would have done it then instead.
Well, you and me both.
Yeah. So there you go. That is what I was thinking.
Pipes perfect. Using a pipes perfect. Counseling based theme.
Okay. Not sure I'm understanding that either. Now, what was I going to do after that? Oh yes, this chap. Now, this is not made, it is made using a mould, but the mould is of a face that I made myself, this face. So all I did was I put the mould material over the top of the face, and when it came out, then I had a mould to make more and more and more of this.
Now, okay, hold it up closer to the camera because you're off camera mostly. No, towards your monitor. There you go. That's better. There you go. I see. Now, I have the polymer clay, and I have those troll dolls, and I could very easily take an impression of their face.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like you just said. And then I can build on that if I want.
See, the face was originally just a face.
Right.
I took that face and I added these tentacles with the octopus suckers on it to make it look like Neptune's head. And then I took a mould of that whole thing. So, and I ought to do one where I show how to make a face, because it is so easy, it really is. So long as you can see what you're doing. I did find that I had trouble after I had my operation on my eyes because I lost my close vision. But I got myself a pair of these and then no problem, because they've got lenses, and using two of those together.
Oh yes,
lenses.
Yes, you showed me that. Yep.
So that's what I am now going to paint him. And I'm going to paint him with aquamarine, and then I'm going to add some other colours.
Okay. Carol says she meant the pipes are perfect.
Uh-huh.
And then she says, I usually blog on a counseling theme, not art directions. In other words, if I'm understanding Carol, you're not giving directions on how to do what you do. You're just saying this is how I did it, and you know, your train of thought as you did it.
Me or Carol?
I was talking to Carol.
Right, okay. I thought you were. Just checking, because I start concentrating after a while.
That's all right.
Where to put the colour? There's the colour. Now this is going to come up shiny because it's the metallic one. It's that.
And Carol says, yes, do one making a face. So I'm thinking she wants to see how you...
How to make a face.
How to make your face.
Yep.
Kind of...
It won't be particularly quick because the basic shape is simple, but then you go in with, well, I'll be wearing my lenses and refine the shape little by little. So it's not that quick, but to get the basic shape and the basic elements is quite simple.
Yes.
Yes, I couldn't do that, Carol. I couldn't do that. I don't have any power.
Carol does empowering blogs, not telling how to do art at all. It's more about how to, Yeah. And you do, Carol. I love reading your blog. It's working.
Here we go. And the great thing about this is I can then go over this again with copper, like the embossing gilder's wax.
The wax, yeah.
Or with a gold or with a silver, and highlight the top edges of things. And it works really well. I do that so many things because it works so well. I must be getting a bit samey.
So you moved the face in a mold, and from a mold, and then you added, like, you enhanced the eyebrows and the hair?
Yeah, just refine the shape with some tools I have. I mean, they're fairly simple tools. For a long time, all I had was a set of those icing tools with different size balls on the end. Little modelling tools. And I use those more than anything else. I have some other tools now, and there is one I use quite a lot, which is this shape, but I've got one like this in wood, and that is my absolute favourite one to use.
To the left.
Just trying to get it to focus.
Back towards your body. Bring it back towards your body. Oh, there it is. I was looking on the other screen. Yeah, it's difficult for it to focus.
Yeah.
I have some tools with the ball on the end that came with my polymer clay kit that I bought.
Yep.
The extruder.
Aha, that was nice.
But you know, you can buy dental
dental picks, things like that. Yeah, they are brilliant. In fact, that, I believe, is what that is. Because that side is one thing and the other side is a different shape. Like a little trowel or something.
Yes. Oh, heck, I would even roll the whole thing across some gesso or something to leave an imprint from those lines on there.
What, these? The thing is, because it's a rounded shape, you're only going to get the pinpoints. It's not on a flat surface. That's the rule with textures, I find. If you want to put them onto paper, then you need something that's on a flat surface with things poking up from the flat surface. Then that's why that grater worked, to my surprise. Because although it had little pointy shapes, there was enough on a flat surface to make little repeat patterns. Whereas this, being on a curve, well, it might work in a fairly deep thing, you know, a deep layer of plaster, but it would have to be so deep that it wouldn't be set, and it would just...
And in this case, because you're working with such a small space, it would be probably easier and faster just to take a needle and poke holes in it.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. Sure, I've done that. Yeah, I've got texture plates I made doing that on a flat surface for just that reason, yeah. We were going to do papers today, but all we've done so far is colour them. So I'm going to do some printing so that then we've got the papers ready to put on the inside of the covers, and then I think I'm going to call it a day.
Okay, you're into 52 minutes.
Uh-huh. I'm just finishing off this one. I keep going out of shot. I'm so sorry. I do that all the time because I bring things up towards me, you see. There we are.
Yeah.
So that's the basic colour. I will wait for that to dry, and then I'll be able to go over it with other colours to enhance and give it a different... so that it doesn't look like it has just been painted blue, but it looks like it's got some kind of verdigris.
Detail. Yeah.
More natural. Sorry, done it again. You should tell me when I go off screen, you know.
You're off screen. Well, it depends on what screen I'm looking at. So, yes, you're totally off screen in the room, and now you're not. Oh, don't spill your paint.
Right. Right, so I'll leave that for now, and I'll take this away, but I will try out putting this on these when they dry. They'll be dry tomorrow morning, so I'll put them on and we'll see what it looks like when it's all done. It should look much better. More exciting. Now then, papers. Where to put the papers? Oh, here we are. Now that one's dry. Whoops. Let's clear the decks a bit. We're getting a bit...
Yep, you need some more room.
There we are. And that one. So I'll start with the little one actually because it's easier to see. Now, I'm clever enough to keep my stamp ink pads in one place, so I know where they are. And I've got a purple and I've got a black. I usually use the black and occasionally the purple. So we get the similar stamps to the ones that we used on the pages, and we have a play.
That's beautiful.
Well, I hope it will be in the end. So the idea is to make a page, a front cover that is coordinating with the outside, in as much as we're using the same sort of stamps, the same stamps as we used before.
Yes.
So I'm doing black. There we go. So, and I just do it anyhow where. It doesn't matter if it doesn't come out properly, because we want junk and grunge and accidental art. So even just sort of try not to do it completely, which is difficult when it's on a board, which is why, come to think of it, I bought it in that other version so I would be able to do it a little bit like that, just using bits of it. There we are. That's enough for now. Journey. We'll do some journey.
Okay. Yes, you had journey on the other one, on the outside, I remember.
And memories. I had memories as well, didn't I? What do I do with memories?
Accidental art, Carol says. Yes, trying to make it look like accidental art.
Yep, not easy when you're doing it deliberately. There we go. And because I like her so much, I'm going to use my girl. Now I've no idea where this came from because it didn't say anything on it. It was just from a local charity shop. So I've got no idea where the thing came from, but it's such a beautiful design. I would love to find out where it came from and perhaps buy some more by the same designer. That would be nice. See, when you don't know, you can't look them up and go, oh, I like that one. Yes,
kind of like a moon goddess or something.
Yeah.
Type.
This one, I want this
I like
one.
that. Honestly, you put so much rubber stamping on there that, and this is where I get afraid, like, oh, I've overdone it, but you make it look gorgeous.
Do I? Good luck.
Yes, you do. You know you do.
Well, I quite like it, so...
But I get scared with like, I'm always going to do too much.
See, I don't mind that there's little bits of it, and try and do it over the edge as well.
Yes.
Because you want it to look as if it's part of a bigger thing.
I overthink it.
There we go, that'll do enough. That's enough for that one. Let's show you.
Some things I'm good at to just let flow,
Yeah.
and some things I overthink it.
Uh-huh.
That is gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Ah, that's drool worthy.
Now
Yummy,
this
yummy, yummy,
is the
yummy.
gessoed one. So,
Okay.
was that gessoed? No, that was not
The first
gessoed.
one was gessoed.
No, it was not. Was it? Let me look at it closely.
You can't tell by
Yes,
the
it was
weight.
gessoed. Yes, I can. It's gessoed. I can see the brush strokes.
She does, doesn't she, Carol? She just... I'm still a newbie. I'm still... Some of this, I'm still a newbie, and I overthink it. But I watch Fran, and she encourages and inspires.
I think half the idea, or way to do it more accidentally is to do it in a hurry. You know, I'm in a hurry. I'm just going to stamp a few. Any old way, it doesn't matter. Bang!
Well, now that's not a bad idea. I have a timer. I could force myself to turn on the timer and only what I can do within that.
Yeah, pretend you're gonna catch a bus, so you don't do it slowly. You've got to get as much on as you can in a shorter time. I mean, not too much, but yeah. You want 1 or 2 to show up, so put 1 or 2 into the lighter areas. Right, and then my favourite, got some bits on it. I wonder why I like this one so much. I had no idea.
I don't know. But you just start out with like a copy printer paper, right?
No, this was watercolour paper, that one.
Watercolour, okay. And the one with the gesso on it?
That's with gesso on, and so is this one. And this is just copier paper.
Okay.
You can tell because it's floppy. But this is watercolour paper, 160.
Okay.
160 GSM. I'm going to do one just there. Right, let's go to the lady. Nice lady. Oh no, that's not the lady. Where's my lady gone? Lady!
You haven't put her up. There she is.
There she is, up the corner. Now this one will probably get cut down, you see, because it's so big. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Now, if I was doing this lighter, I'd be able to get away with using the purple a bit. And it's a good idea to change the orientation of the stamp as well, so it's not all pointing in the same direction.
Clock is running out. Clock is running out.
Yeah, sorry, I paused, didn't I?
The bus is coming. So this in the end will be a page in the journal.
No, it'll be the cover, inside cover.
Or the inside cover,
But it
yes.
could easily be a page in the journal as well. That is the whole point. You can use it for both. There we are. So those are 2. I will do one that didn't have the gesso. Where's the didn't have a gesso? Here we are. No, that's had gesso. Cooey, no gesso, where are you? I didn't do another one with no gesso, only the big one. So I'll do
only the big one, I remember.
Yeah. So we'll do a big one. Just uncurling the edges if you really need it. Right.
A rainbow river.
It is rather, isn't it? Going across like that.
Yes, it is. Are you still using the black?
Yep, still using the black. It's rather dark, this one, so I wouldn't get away with the purple. And I do go for the black anyway, more often. I don't know why, because it just works. It just works. It doesn't matter I've only got half. In fact, the good way of doing it is to only ink up part of the stamp. Jur.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Jur. Knee. Knee. Jur. Choo. So you want one or two to show up, enough to read what they are, and then it doesn't matter.
Memories.
Yeah. People like that word for some reason.
Memories may be beautiful and yet misty watercolored memories. Don't sing. Can't sing.
Lovely.
Oh my God! I just did that live.
Yep.
You should fire me.
I can't. I'm not paying you.
Oh.
You can only fire the paid help. I think I might do the leaf as well on this one.
I was looking at molds on Amazon last night, and some of them were, because I watched you using a mold to make the gears,
Yeah.
and it was very thin.
Oh, right, yes. Those are harder to use, I find.
Yeah.
But if you've got a really, really thin mould, like... Let me see if I can find one. Well, anyway, the mould that I used to make this, if you see that,
Hold it up to the camera. Wrong camera. There you go. Oh, that's nice.
it's called plaquette.
Yeah, you...
It's called plaquette.
Hold it. Yeah. That reminds me of when you did that copper tape. You used that copper tape and
Yeah. Well, I didn't have that at the time, but that mould is very thin. And the thing about that is that it's quite difficult. There it is. I can't get it off. It's on some... Oh, hang on. Right.
Yeah, and my hands are, like today, my hands are quite swollen, so I would not be able to manipulate the clay out of the mold very well. I would end up breaking it.
Well, this one is made of plastic, right? And it's extremely thin. And it's quite difficult to get clay to work in that. The best thing for this I have found is, unfortunately, something called cream paste, which is not right here at the moment. It's
I would
it's
look at
made.
that. I would look at that and consider it an embossing.
Yeah,
plate.
it does feel a bit like that. But it's too delicate to work as an embossing plate. It's not strong enough. It's only a thin plastic.
Yeah.
And they've got this cream paste that you put in, and that peels off beautifully, and then you get that. Was it from there?
Yeah, I like
From
that.
there you go. Peel. It peels up quite nicely.
But then, like I said, then I turned around and watched you do the copper tape on the ATC card, and
That's
it
so
was
much
like, well, I
easier.
had the silver tape.
Yeah. I've got the aluminium tape, the great big fat stuff, that big.
Yeah.
Yeah. It works on that as well. I've seen millions of people doing that. It's quite easy. And you do get holes in it like you do when you do embossing on a tin can. But what I was
Exactly, yeah, you
thinking
did say that.
is
Yes.
I wanted to try this with something called, you know, the stuff you put in the joins in the bathroom to stop the water going down the side of the bath, between the bath and the wall? That stuff. And it's silicone.
Like a silicone.
Yeah. Now, I haven't yet got a plunger to use it with. When I do, I'm going to try some on here. But I don't want to open it until I've got a plunger so that I can close it up again, you know, so I don't lose the whole lot in one go. And then I'm going
We
to try a
talked about
tiny
this
little
at least a
corner.
month ago.
Yeah,
You should have the plunger already.
I'm sorry. But I will try some on the edge, so it doesn't matter if it disintegrates the edge, because I'm not disintegrating the actual mold. I just want to know if it's going to do anything to the edge, or whether it will peel off. If it doesn't peel off, then it's not a lot of point.
Yeah.
But the way that cream paste goes on, it looks rather like silicone, only foamier, a bit foamier, more aerated. So I don't know, but I'll give it a go and see what happens. Where was I? Oh yes.
Now you got me thinking, because I think my husband has a silicone gun.
There you
that's
go.
needed to conjure. I'll have to ask him when he gets home.
That's not terribly successful. It's a bit stiff, that one. So I'm going to carry on with this. I've got some in the corner there. Got something to show. Mind you,
Oh, Carol's gotta go pee. I hope everything comes out okay.
Oh dear.
I'm a bad girl.
Yep. She probably didn't hear any of that because she'd already have gone.
Yeah, I didn't type it, but it's forever recorded on this video.
Yeah. I just hope we don't get banned from YouTube. That's enough.
I only said P, the letter P. I didn't say anything else. I just said the letter P.
Yes, of course you did.
Qrstue.
Yeah. I think that's enough. I think I've had enough with that. I think that's
Okay, so let me ask you before we end the stream, what do you have planned for tomorrow? What can we look forward to?
Good question. Well, we're going to be sticking this to the other side of the boards that we've done. To the this side. Now, one thing I think about is if you want to, there is a way of doing binding if you've got it bent here, like we have on these that we made before, these earlier ones, because they've got a spine in there and they now bend like that.
Right.
Yeah? Because of that, you could do your signature next and then put the paper on this side of the board and then onto the first sheet of the signature.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yes, so that it's
Like
connected.
real books do.
Yes.
Real.
Yes.
So you could do it that way. In which case we'd have to be making the signatures next. But I do need to finish this one off. I'll probably have a go with that while you're not watching so I can finish it, because that would be boring to watch that. I've done other things like it already, so that's that. So, the next stage is putting on bits on the front. So if we leave we've made the papers for the inside cover or for the signature, whichever we're going to end up using them for, but we need to decorate this outside. So we'll start decorating, and I have started on this one using those. So there are other things we can put on there. You don't have to have moulds to make things, you can just find stuff. So I've got a little box of found items, and once you saw that previous thing I did, almost none of it was out of a mould. It was all stuff I found, like the top of my pain relief gel, things like that, weird shapes. Once you put them on here and colour them with paint or patina or things like that, nobody's going to know what they were before unless they look at it really closely and study it and think, what was that? These two were either side of a mouse. The decoration on the sides for a steampunk mouse. So all I've done is I've put a hole in here with the We Are Memory Keepers Big Bite. Punch a hole there and a hole there, and then put those brads I made myself. But you could use bought brads, not a problem. Use a bought brad and poke it through. If it's got a long, what do you call the pointy bits that go through? If those things are long enough, they'll go through, because these are raised up, you see.
Show me the other side. Show me the inside.
These just bent over like a paper fastener.
But show me inside. Not there. Open the book. There. That's what I want to see.
Oh, sorry. I thought, yeah, because it's a lag, you see.
Yes. Yes.
So that one, on that one. You see? So it's just bent the copper wire over. You can do that with brass.
Okay.
So then I picked colours that will coordinate with these. And then I was thinking I might use the piece, which I now can no longer find because it's fallen down somewhere. The piece that was part of a buttony bit, I might use that as the catch. It'll be around somewhere. But there are so many things you can use, like for instance that old skewer, you could use that. Not a problem at all. Can you see that? You can.
Yes, I can. Yes.
And of course there's always these pieces. If you've got them, just colour them with what you want to colour them with and off you go. I put a black base on first because then I can see the detail better. You can't see it so well on screen, but I can. And then I managed to get hold of these lovely little pieces from Etsy. They weren't very expensive, little tiny dials.
Oh.
You see those? Oops.
Yes, very small.
Yeah.
Very small. Oh, and I was and washers, you can use metal washers, because I have a lot of those. And I was gonna tell you, yesterday was going through the medicine cabinet, and I found a very small tube of Neosporin antibacterial cream.
All right.
And it was out of date, so I was going to throw away, and I looked at the tube, and I squeezed all the gooiness out of it, and I'm going to let it dry, and I think I could glue that on top of a journal cover and then paint over it.
Yeah. Now, I could use that, but there's a slight disadvantage with motorbike parts. They're flipping heavy. And for such a small journal, I think it's just going to tear off every time you try and use it. So that's not a good idea, but there are clock parts. You can buy bags of clock parts for not that much money, and you can use those. I rather like doing it with the ones out of moulds because they're got a bit of meanness in them. I put some of me into it, making it. So there we go.
Yes.
I mean, this could be marine with a turtle. Doesn't matter, whatever you want.
When you said meanness, I thought you meant meanness.
No, I meant me-ness.
Yeah, I was slow, but I got it.
So there you go. I mean, you remember that eye I made ages ago and never ended up using?
Yes.
That would go rather well on there, wouldn't it? That would actually go quite well.
Did you find it?
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
That way round, that way round. I think that would work quite nicely.
Oh, I love that.
So none of this is glued on, and I will need to search for other bits. I've got little bags of things everywhere, you know, little bits of this, that and the other.
Yeah, there you go.
And stuff, so loads of things to use. And I've got some weird jewellery on a going out of business thing. I wondered if any of it was real metal. It's highly unlikely, but if it is, I might try that, the thing that Jean was doing with the froth. Maybe?
Oh, she used my rusty metal, how to make rest water.
All right. Where do I find that?
It's 3 parts hydrogen peroxide and 1 part vinegar and a dash of salt for flavor.
Ah, it sounds very like the recipe I used. I mean, I didn't use hydrogen peroxide, I just used vinegar and salt on copper. It works beautifully. You've got to be careful.
Well, now on copper, that's
copper
a
out.
different chemical compound, so that may work differently, but
Well, it
the
comes up
hydrogen
green with the
peroxide
mercury.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But always wear gloves, and if you can do it outside, you should, and never put a lid on it because it will smoke and foam.
Oh, yeah.
So you want plenty of room for it to foam up.
Uh-huh. There are other things you can do.
I didn't find it was very odoriferous. I kept it on my counter in a plastic bowl that I had, and it was just fine for a week.
I don't know if you can see that very well.
Bad. Look at that.
I could do a new one with slightly bigger wire that would stand out better, I think. But it says water, kind of. Or would do if it wasn't so battered. But yeah,
I like it like that. I have tons of seed beads. I call them fat glitter.
Right. Okay.
And I have tons of them, and I'm going to do that for my journal cover.
That's an idea, because I've got a box full of beads. I didn't think of that. Yeah, why not? So I think I'll do this one with the grungy stuff, and I can always use something like that one for beads and marini.
Carol said she loves that eye. I love that eye. I love how she made that.
You know, you were talking about the eyes. I found some. I don't know whether I uploaded them to the YouTube, but I found some videos on how I make the eyes. I might have to have a look and see if they're loaded up, and if they're not, load some up.
Oh yes, please do.
I'll try that then. Okay. I'm about done now.
80 minutes.
Oh, that's plenty.
And you're starting to cough, so that's enough.
Time to go, so here we are. See you again tomorrow, same time, same place, hopefully. Okay?
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
End stream.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.